Hello and welcome to another Zach Carnage video. So today we're doing another town loadout video. This time we're looking at the Hammerhead Gunship. So this is kind of the iconic vehicle to have with a town because it's now actually the only thing in the game to feature a railgun. And this one seems to be falling off a bit. It is actually loose, so it's interchangeable. Hopefully it'll stay up. Anyway, so in the previous edition of the Codex, not this one, this was your standard setup. You had two burst cannons which could fire independently. You had your targeting array built in, so it's BS4, and you've got your railgun which can fire submission shots. So that's what it used to be. You might want to change from burst cannons to smart missile systems. Obviously there was a point change in that. So everything's a bit different now. Tank's been stripped back quite a lot. So now it comes with a railgun which can only fire the single strength 10 AP1 shot, the solid shot, and two burst cannons I believe are set up in some sort of twin linked system, so you can't have them firing at independent units anymore. I think that's how it is. And BS4 now instantly, so no need for that targeting array. And the reason why this keeps falling off is I have it loose, because the problem with the railgun now is if you want to make it a blast template and you want to start throwing down pie templates, which you kind of need to do in 6th edition, you're going to have to pay 5 points for submission rounds, submunition rounds, which obviously isn't a lot, but with that blast you're only getting strength 6 AP4, I believe. If I can find it in here, yeah, submunition, strength 6 AP4. So whereas if you swap this out and go for what I think is definitely the new option to take on your hammerheads, the ion cannon. We've been seeing a lot of ion weapons coming in, and I definitely think this is the way to go for the new Tau Codex. So that's going to give you in solid shots, in a normal way of firing it, you're going to get strength 7 AP4 3 shots, I believe, if I can check that. No, we have strength 7 AP3 3 shots, only shooting 60 instead of that 72. Nice, and that's your main range difference between ion and rail. However, it's completely free to switch that out, and then you can decide to overcharge it. Now obviously that has the gets hot risk, but that does mean that you're going to be putting down a large blast template at strength 8 AP3, so that's going to kill hordes of marines, which is really powerful, in my opinion, a really powerful thing to take. And seeing as these are 3 hull point vehicles, that's pretty good. You know, they've got pretty good front armor, because they've got 13 on front armor, 12 on the sides, 10 on the rear, so the front's pretty good. This is generally what you'd use as a firebase. You'd stick your guys behind it. Now, in the case of the front weapons, it comes with the drones. Now, a lot of people like using drones, especially with a new system. I'd still go with burst cannons personally, just because I like them. Obviously, if you're hiding this, you might want to go for the smart missile systems instead. But all choices are completely free in terms of what you're going to do with that. So it really doesn't matter which upgrade you go for in those cases. Then obviously if you want, you can choose to purchase the Seeker missiles. I'm not so sure about this on hammerheads because I'm expecting them to go down at some point during the game. If I get it to say a broadside that has shield drones, he's more likely to survive, and you know, if I really want to take them, I'll probably put them on that instead. So yeah, it's a pretty good vehicle. Obviously it's able to move around quite quickly because it's a skimmer. That means you're going to be able to get through a lot of terrain. That's a good thing about Tau vehicles, is they're very maneuverable. So yeah, not in terms of vehicle battle systems or upgrades, I think it's probably a good idea to take long strike, so you might want to make sure that your hatch can come off, and then you can put long strike in there if you really wanted to, just so you get that BS5, and then you can fire Overwatch and things like that. Those are all the upgrades that he'll give you for your hammerhead. So you know, it's quite useful to have one of them. And if you're going to take one and you're playing say 1500 points, it's probably a good idea. Once you get down to the lower points, I'm not really sure if it's that worth it, because you're trying to keep the cost down, and it's 45 points just for long strike on its own, whereas it's 125 just for this, with no extras. Ignore that sensory thing. So vehicle upgrades, I suppose if you want, you can go for some vehicle upgrades, and it's not something that I tend to take. Generally I just go with a basic one. Obviously, if we're playing 6th edition, so you're probably going to expect some night fighting, you might want to grab the Black Sun filter. Where can I get the video? There you go. Black Sun filter, because it's only 1 point, so it's really cheap, just chuck that in at the end. Then you might want to go for Disruption Pod. That's on the more expensive side at 15 points, but that's really going to help later on. And then if you want to go for all the extras, you can take a look through that and choose if you want to. Personally, I'd skip everything, and I'd either go Disruption Pods and Black Sun Filter, or pretty much nothing. I don't really see much point in them. Obviously, the automated repair system's pretty cool. It's an interesting idea, anyway. So if we go through to the vehicle upgrade section, here we go. So you can take the automated repair system, and that means that if you get a 6, you can repair immobilized or weapon destroyed results, but that's not going to get you back hull points. So I'm not really sure if it's worth it, because you're going to lose the tank anyway after 3 hull point loss. So yeah, that was my quick look at the Hammerhead Gunship. Hopefully this has been informative for you. So to sum up, definitely take 1 ion cannon. If you need the firepower to take out vehicles, go for a railgun. Otherwise, your best bet is to use seeker missiles and your heavy rail rifles. So thanks for watching this video. If you've got any opinions, just leave your comments down below. If you think my ideas are terrible, go ahead, leave a comment, tell me that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.